Good day, greetings to all, and welcome to Conversations with AARP in the Virgin Islands. I'm Troy Deshabert Schuster, State Director of AARP in this territory, and today we have a very interesting program as we talk about the arts and bringing creativity into the lives of older people through the arts. And so today we have with us special guests from the VI Council on the Arts. First, we have Ms. Tacita Kelt. She's the Executive Director of VI Council on the Arts. And also we have with us Ms. Jaria Lynch, Special Projects Coordinator at VICA. So Tacita and Jaria, welcome to the show. How are you today?
I'm well.
We're
I'm well.
good.
Glad to be.
Excellent. Thank you. And everybody is keeping safe through this pandemic, staying healthy, keeping happy.
Yes, yes, yes. Most definitely.
Excellent. Are you all working from home some of the time, or you're back in the office full time? What are your arrangements now at VICA? Out of curiosity.
We're back and forth based on whatever the governor sends down. So right now we're working from home. Once everything gets opened up again, we'll be back in the office with limited visitations.
Okay, excellent. And tell us about the VI Council on the Arts. What does the VI Council on the Arts do exactly? I've heard of the organization many times. I know some things of what you all do, but give us a good overview of what your organization does here in the Virgin Islands.
Well, the Virgin Islands Council on the Arts, we're the leading state art agency for the territory. So we do get federal funding from the National Endowment for the Arts, but we do programming, we do grants, anything arts and culture related. We're definitely the ones on the forefront of it.
Great. And so you give grants to all the different types of arts, the creative arts, the performing arts, how
everything that you can, even the thin fine line of culinary arts. We give money to nonprofits, schools, churches, universities, individuals, any project that a person can think of that has anything to do with arts and culture, with a small exception to some of the humanities, because there is the Humanities Council. But we can, for example, we can do the illustrations for a book or the book cover, that type of thing. But anything arts and culture related, and arts is such a large word. We do it all. Yes. As creative as you can get, we can give you money to get your creativity going.
Wow, that's excellent. I would imagine also that you give grants on all three islands, St. Croix, St. Thomas, St. John, or is it
And
limited?
even we give grants to Water Island as well. Don't forget Water Island. Yes. Yes, we had one or two grantees from Water Island, so we must keep them in the mind.
Right. And I see so many photographers around the island these days, at least here in St. Croix. Are photographers approaching you all for grants also? Because that is a wonderful art form.
Oh, most definitely. And we've had several art exhibits with photography. Our infamous, I guess you would say, or famous Valentine's art exhibit is mostly photography. We also have a photography exhibit that we do for Carnival. So yeah, photography is right up, photography, digital art, visual art. Yeah, it's and our photographers are doing some really amazing things with photography and digital art. So yeah, most definitely they are right up in there with us.
Yeah, there's lots of creativity here. It's amazing the talent that our young people have, but it's
Yes.
unfortunate that there's such limited opportunities. So it's a wonderful service that VICA provides to offer them opportunities even right here in the Virgin Islands. So thank you for that great service to the community.
We try to get to everybody, and if we don't get to you, you can come to us. We have offices on St. Croix, we have one on St. Thomas. Our phones are working, email, we're very responsive, Facebook, Instagram. So once somebody calls and they have an idea and it's doable, we are there to help them get it done.
Fantastic. And Jaria, what do you do specifically as the Special Projects Coordinator at VICA?
So as a special projects coordinator, I carry out a lot of the projects, the exhibits, Poetry Out Loud, the Congressional Arts Competition, our annual exhibits that we do, Valentine's Day, the Carnival, exhibit for the culture. I carry out those exhibits and those projects.
Excellent. And the arts, they're rather spiritual in a manner of speaking. It comes from within the person, from their soul, as they express those deep sentiments. And so, have you found that during this time of crisis in the Virgin Islands, as we face a pandemic and crisis all over the world in so many different ways, do you find that more people are going deeper into the arts? Is there more art expression? Are you getting more applications for grants, or has it diminished, or is it about the same? What do you think from your perspective?
Um, Well, to answer the first part of the question, I do definitely feel that people are definitely connecting with their artistic side, with their creativity. We're seeing more projects being developed online. In terms of the grants, it's kind of an even balance because a lot of the grants that we, give money for, a lot of the projects are for things that happen in person. So I think right now people are just trying to navigate how they can conduct their projects virtually, or come up with a creative way of still having their project done, although they might not necessarily have that influx of persons coming in, or dealing with like school projects and you know the museums and that kind of thing. So I think right now they're just trying to navigate it, but we're definitely seeing a lot more creativity, which is a good thing, which is definitely a good thing.
Right. Yeah. It's a real catharsis. It's therapeutic. The arts are so wonderful. I myself, I'm a bit of an artist. I do photography, and then I play the organ,
Mhm.
flute, piano. So
So
I
that means we're going to be seeing you soon.
I don't know about that. I don't know about that. I need to find more time to practice. But whenever if I ever feel down, or if I feel melancholic, or if I feel
Hmm.
happy, glad,
Right,
I just use my art to express those emotions,
right.
and it's really a great experience. And so now, talking about the pandemic, and you said it's harder. I mean, have people been finding more creative ways to bring the arts to the public at this time, or
Oh
are
yes.
people just pretty much okay? So,
Oh
what
yes.
kind of things you're seeing? A lot more use of internet, Facebook. Tell me what you're seeing from your perspective.
People are definitely utilizing a lot more of the Zoom platforms and Facebook Live. I thought it was really great when Sports Parks and Recreation, they did their summer camp online, and they had dance classes, and the kids logged in, and that seemed to go over really well. And of course, VICA and AARP, we did our storytelling, and that was very well received. A lot of those stories people hadn't heard in forever, and now they can go back and listen to the stories again. And so we have some artists doing their paint and sip via online, and there's little packages that people can acquire to do their paint and sips. And there's some bakers that are doing little cookie kits and stuff, so that the kids can do their creativity at home. So the ideas that are coming out are just really creative, really amazing. And people, I think, are sitting at home trying to figure out what to do, how to do it, and getting it done. We have musicians that are having live stream concerts, and I think we saw one young lady, she had like a little ballet recital type of situation. So people are utilizing all the media platforms to get it out there, and people are watching. And so the pandemic is not going to stop creativity from flowing at all. If anything, it's making it flow more.
Certainly, certainly, and I'm glad you brought up the storytelling project that VICA and AARP did collaboratively, and as you said, I mean, when I look back at some of those stories, we see like 10,000 views, 11,000 views.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Yeah, yes, yes, and all of those old Anansi stories and other
Hmm.
stories. Some of them I
Yeah.
listened to over and over and over again. They were just so entertaining that if I had a quiet moment, I just clicked on one of the stories and listened to it again, you know?
I find myself, there was the one with the lady was doing the little singing thing. Sometimes I'm washing the dishes and I'm singing the little song over and over in my head. And I just giggle because you forget about those songs and those stories, and just to bring them back into memory just when you're doing random things is really what it's all about. And a lot of people in the comments were like, oh, I remember that story, I remember my grandmother telling me that story, or oh, so we evoked a lot of feelings and memories and stuff, and I think that's what we really wanted to do.
Yeah, for sure. And for those who have not seen those storytelling videos, you can still go to our
Yes.
respective Facebook pages, VI Council and the Arts Facebook page, AARP Virgin Islands Facebook page. Also, I believe that right now they're all on AARP Virgin Islands YouTube channel. And you can find them there and take a look at them. It was funny. I had to laugh to myself. There was a hearing before the legislature. I think it was in the Committee of Finance. I think it was Senator VLA was the chairing that particular hearing. And some of the people are there in person in the
Mhm.
legislative halls, and some were on Zoom. Well, apparently, somebody who was on Zoom participating in the hearing, testifying, had one of those stories playing in the background. It was I think it was called the Jackass Wedding.
Oh.
And all of a sudden it's coming through on Zoom loud and clear. It doesn't even sound like a recorded video. It sounded like the person was actually telling a story. Like I had two people somewhere like just talking to each other, but you hear like one person like giving all of the gossip kind of
Oh
thing.
my goodness.
There's a story you're hearing. And so Senator VLA said a couple of times, somebody is talking, you're not paying attention, and all the time it's the story that this AARP VICA
Oh
story
my goodness.
in the background.
Well,
And it was really, really rather entertaining, but I should have been paying
that's
attention
funny.
to the hearing and not listening to a story while participating in the hearing.
And then that particular story at that, right?
And that particular
Yeah.
story. But it shows that our stories were very popular,
Yes.
and people were paying attention to them even during Senate hearings. So I'm not encouraging that behavior.
No, not at all. Not at all. At least mute your mic. Mute your mic. Make sure your
Your
mics are
mic.
muted.
That's right. And pay attention to the business of the people of the Virgin
Yes.
Islands. Oh my. But life in the islands, huh? We have to find
Yes.
some kind of entertainment.
Yes. We definitely keep it colorful.
That's right. That's right. And so, just recently, AARP awarded Virgin Islands Council on the Arts the Community Challenge Grant. And I want to talk a little bit about that and let the public know more about it. So, first of all, at AARP, we are the institutional affiliate of the World Health Organization. And along with the World Health Organization, we developed the 8 domains of livability. And these 8 domains of livability take into account every aspect of a vibrant, healthy community. We also call this program Livable Communities. But the 8 domains are: number 1, outdoor spaces and buildings; 2, transportation; 3, housing; 4, social participation; 5, respect and social inclusion; 6, work, or in other words, employment and civic engagement; number 7 is communication and information; and number 8 is community and health services. So, just after Governor Bryan took office, he formally enrolled the Virgin Islands in AARP's network of age-friendly states and communities. And this is a very powerful initiative, and shows that, number 1, Governor Bryan is serious about developing these 8 domains of livability, that he wants to make the Virgin Islands more livable. So we thank him for his commitment to that, because it's something that benefits all of us, regardless of age, to have a more
Right.
livable community. And so as he did that, AARP in the Virgin Islands, we went deeper into work regarding livable communities and these 8 domains and so forth. So we've been doing a variety of projects around the Virgin Islands, and one of them now is this Community Challenge Grant. Last year, it was the VI Trail Alliance that won the Community Challenge Grant. This year now, it's Virgin Islands Council on the Arts. And so this year we gave over $2.4 million around the country to 184 grantees, this Community Challenge Grant. But here in the Virgin Islands, we're happy to select VICA. So, Jaria, tell us a little bit about this grant and what you plan to do with it. What project are you going to undertake with this Community Challenge Grant from AARP?
Okay, so just a backstory. In 2019, the VI Council on the Arts partnered with the Yacht Haven Grant to create the Yacht Haven Public Arts Initiative. And that basically gave 5 artists the space to display their artwork through Yacht Haven in the form of murals. So if you walk through Yacht Haven, all of those murals, those were created out of the partnership between Yacht Haven and VICA. So after we did those murals, we got a lot of phone calls about doing murals elsewhere, and it got a lot of traction. So when I saw this grant, I thought it would be a great opportunity to, get more murals, and then this time get our seniors involved. So I thought it would be a great merge for the two.
That's wonderful. So as a result, you'll be adding more murals, and they'll be on St. Thomas, or which island will these murals be on?
These murals will be on St. Thomas. We're considering St. John. We just have to see how things go with the pandemic. It is seniors, and we don't want them to be traveling too much, things like that. But right now, we're just focused on St. Thomas.
And this sounds like a great way to get some of the younger people involved with the older people, because I don't imagine we're going to put a much older person up on a ladder or up on a scaffolding. So they may need some help. Are you planning to engage young people in this project also to help the older people to do these murals?
Originally, no, but as we're going through the wall, we have a location, the Ebenezer Gardens. I don't know if you're familiar with that. They have a huge wall. So we might need some assistance getting up on the ladders and stuff like that. So we can bring in a few younger folks just to assist.
Yeah, that's always nice to get the younger people participating with the older people and keep the older people safe too. We don't want them to fall off of a ladder, off a scaffolding. We don't want that at all. We want everybody to be
No.
safe. And but yet then at the same time, the younger people can learn so much about art from the older people. So it's a give and take and a learning on both sides. So
Yeah.
we hope that will work out nicely, that kind of joint project. And do you have specific themes for these murals, or is it just whatever the artist is inspired to paint?
We have 3 lead artists. We have Mary Davis, Sherry Smith, and Carol Johnson. So they are creating the template of what the mural will look like. They will sketch it out, and then our artists, our volunteers, our seniors, they'll come in and they will finish the wall, together. So we don't have a theme as yet, but they created a nice, it's like an island concept with a turtle and some local ladies. It's a island theme, some palm trees, stuff like that.
Great. Well, that'll be really exciting. More and more we're seeing murals pop up even here on St. Croix. They call them sea walls. I think they call them sea walls. And they're very interesting, and some of them are very, very, very beautiful. I mean, they're all beautiful in their own way, but some are just really stunning with the bright colors and so forth. And so it's a wonderful way to develop our outdoor spaces, our public spaces, as we heard. That's one of the domains of the 8 domains of livability, and beautifying the island, right? Making it more uplifting. As we see beauty, we're spiritually uplifted. So we certainly wanted to foster that. And talking about those outdoor spaces and also the storytelling that we did with VICA. I'm not sure if you're aware of the fact that here in St. Croix now we have a traditional storytelling circle at the rear of the Canagata ballpark and sports complex. And so when we gave the Community Challenge grant to the Virgin Island Trail Alliance last year, they then did their own partnership with My Brother's Workshop. And My Brother's Workshop is another organization that was started in St. Thomas and expanded to St. Croix to bring at risk, pardon me, at risk youth uh, into woodworking and to keep them, occupied, teach them a trade. And so they developed this series of benches, and they're all slightly curved. And so as the benches are set under this beautiful large tamarind tree behind or at the rear of Canagata complex, sports complex and recreational complex here in St. Croix, it forms one big circle, right? And then the throne, as it were, for the storyteller has a backrest, and it's a larger, more impressive kind of bench. And so what we hope to do in the near future, once we have a vaccine or this pandemic hopefully subsides or goes away, or however we deal with it, we want to have some of those same storytellers come out there to that storytelling circle and bring the children, especially the elementary school children and also adults, to hear storytelling in person under the tamarind tree. And I think that would be so lovely. So I'm looking forward to that when we can have more in-person kinds of activities again. What other kinds of grants are you giving these days? What other kinds of interesting things are you doing aside from what you'll be doing with the Community Challenge grant from AARP?
Well, we just finished our annual grant. The deadline was August 31st. So that has passed in January. We're gonna open in November or December, but it's due on January 31st, January 1st. That's the technical assistance grant and the mini grants. Those are smaller pots of monies. And they're open to, individual artists, organizations, schools.
And this technical assistance grant, what does that do? Explain what a technical assistance grant does.
Technical assistance, it is for those artists that would like to travel to attend a workshop. So it's a very specific grant.
Oh, okay, so they can learn new techniques and deepen their
Yeah.
their art. Excellent. And so how would the public learn more about the VI Council and the arts if they're just curious? And also, how would somebody go about applying for a grant? What's the process? So, two parts. Number one, how would they learn more about VICA? And then also, if they wanted to apply for a grant, how would they go about doing that?
Okay, you can follow us on Instagram. We have our Instagram page. It's Arts Council _VI. We have a Facebook page as well. It's VI Council on the Arts. We have a website, www.vicouncilonarts.org. And if you go on our website, there's a sign up box to our email blast. So we have all of those platforms that you can follow us and see what we have going on.
Okay, and then the second part of the question, if somebody wants to apply for a grant, I'm here looking at our comments from Facebook, and there's an individual who's saying that they've written a book and need funding to get it published. So how would that person go about applying for a grant through VICA?
Okay, you can apply for a grant if you go on our website, VI Council on the Arts. So the section that says grant application. So the next grant
I would also recommend that they apply to the Humanities Council because they are back up and running. Community Foundation, they have Humanities Council monies, so they can apply to them as well.
Okay. So there's the Humanities Council as well.
Hmm.
Okay. Shows my
Well,
ignorance.
they're
I
not
was
so
kind of
much a council as yet, but they community CFVI has the Humanities Council's federal monies to award to territory wide.
okay. Okay. Interesting. I'd heard of the name of that group, but for some reason I thought that you all were kind of together or aligned, but I see it's two different organizations.
Yes.
Great, great, great. And so any other last minute thoughts for us on arts and artistic expression here in the Virgin Islands at this interesting time in our history as we come to the near conclusion of our show?
We just want everybody to keep creating, keep drawing, keep dancing, keep singing, whether you can sing or not, whether you can dance, just keep being creative. Keep being creative. I know this is stressful time for all of us, but keep creative and we'll make it through.
Yes, yes, and Tacita, I mean, Jaria, sorry, beg your pardon, looking right at you and calling you by another name. Jaria, and any closing thoughts from you?
It's the same thing, keep the arts alive. We have some fun stuff coming up in October for Arts and Humanities Month, so you guys can stay tuned for that as well. We're just trying to keep things going during this pandemic.
Yep, yep. And it's so wonderful working with you all at VICA. It's always a pleasure working on these projects. Our new community partner that we just developed this year, community partnership with you all. And so we look forward to doing so much more. Like I mentioned, our storytelling circle here on St. Croix, and looking forward to having in-person storytelling when that time comes. And again, please do check out those storytelling videos that VICA and AARP in the Virgin Islands has done collaboratively. Check them out on our respective Facebook pages, on VICA's Facebook page, and also AARP Virgin Islands, and also AARP Virgin Islands YouTube channel. So thank you for being with us today, and we look forward to speaking with you again, Jaria and Tacita, and thank you for all the great work that you do here in the Virgin Islands, keeping the arts alive.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Our pleasure. Have a great day.
You too.